back to you after breaking news. Now we have a breaking news. French President Emmanuel Macron has praised the U.S. Supreme Court ruling on President Donald Trump's tariffs, asserting that it is important to have counterweights to power in democracies. Speaking at the annual agricultural salon in Paris, Macron has emphasized the value of the rule of law and the role of the Supreme Court in maintaining democratic checks and balances. Macron has also acknowledged the potential impact of Trump's new 10% global tariffs on France's exports, but reaffirmed that France would continue to export its products despite the challenges posed by the tariff decision. Now we welcome back retired Major General Dr. Rajan Kochhar. Thank you very much, Major General Doctor, for staying with us. As you know, we were just talking about, and you rightfully highlighted, Trump used tariffs as a weapon. What other card do you think he will be using? Because it seemed like this was his favorite card to play indeed.
Suma, don't be surprised. He has many cards in his closet. So
yes,
he has played only one. So now let's watch for the second card he's going to play, because you see, America can influence a lot of aspects of the world today. And the weapon industry, for example, I just tell you, a weapon industry or the arms industry is another weaponization which the America can play, especially to those countries where America has already supplied military equipment. Because when you buy a military platform, you normally tend to use it for almost 3 to 4 decades, like 30 to 40 years. Supposing if I buy a fighter plane from the Americans, F-35, so for the next 30 years, I will be dependent on the entire spares and maintenance and overall support. As you can see in Pakistan F-16, Pakistan, if you remember, America refused to supply spares to the Pakistan F-16 as a result of that, almost 50% of the F-16 inventory of Pakistan was off-road. They were not able to fly those aircrafts for want of spares and for want of upgrades. So the next weaponization he's going to do is with the countries with whom he's already held a trade in terms of defense equipment, technology. He will stop the flow of spares, or he will delay the flow of spares unless they come online. So Trump has got many actually measures like that. So I'm just giving you one example where the next weaponization can take place. It will take place in terms of arms and equipment, which he has supplied to a large number of countries, including India. So like, I'll give you example as far as India is also concerned, the jet engines, G404 and 414. We have contracted almost 180 G404 engines, and only 3 have been supplied so far. So our Tejas project is stuck. So this is one area. Again, Trump has weaponized this entire thing, because unless India comes on the line, I will not give the jet engines, and in times to come he will do with many other things like that with many other countries. So we can expect that kind of a thing, Azuma.
I had no clue, but thank you so much for educating us on that. Thank you very much, Dr. Rajan Kochhar, for joining us today and sharing that insight with us on NewsX World. Now we move on to Brazil. Brazil's Vice President Geraldo Alckmin has called the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs really important for Brazil, highlighting its significance in shaping the country's trade dynamics with the United States. The ruling, which struck down the Trump administration's global tariffs, has sparked discussions on how will it impact trade relations across the globe, including between the U.S. and Brazil. Alckmin has emphasized that trade negotiations between the two countries will continue, stressing Brazil's commitment to enhancing economic ties with the U.S. despite the recent legal setback for President Trump's tariffs. The Brazilian VP's comments underscores a more collaborative approach, with both countries looking to foster stronger economic partnerships in the future. Now we move on to Middle East. Hamas has